And welcome, everybody, to the Inland Sports Show. We appreciate you tuning in each and every Wednesday night. This is a bittersweet Wednesday night for me, at least, because it's our final week of high school football here in the Inland Empire. It's been so much fun. You know, we did so many shows leading up to the high school football season, talking about, is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? How many games are we going to get? And then, you know, all that anticipation building up to this 5-week season for a lot of teams. And here we are, the final week of the year. So we're going to talk a lot of high school football on this show. Hey, and by the way, it snuck up on us. Basketball season is here. We've got a bunch of local teams already playing. We'll talk to Hillcrest head coach Jackson Wood and one of his star players, Dennis Evans. It's also softball season. We'll talk to one of the premier programs in the Inland Empire, Murrieta Mesa, their head coach, Antonio Romero, one of his star players. So a lot going on right now, but we're starting off the show talking some high school football. And this team is one of the rising programs in the IE. Coming on fast, it is the Vista del Lago Ravens, and Coach Mike Tuohy is always gracious with his time. Coach, you know, I think, in fact, we talked during the pandemic talking about, hey, what's the team doing right now? Are you guys conditioning? Do you think there'll be a season? And, Coach, here we are, the final game of this weird, wacky, abbreviated season in the spring. How's it been going for Vista del Lago?
It's been great. You know, we're just blessed to have what we ended up with. You know, we wanted, you know, we were hoping for a 10-game season, CIF, all that, you know, to make a run. But just at the end here to get what we got is an absolute blessing. And I'm so happy for our kids and our program. And it's just something to build on. And it's been great.
You know, obviously things are going well for you guys, 3-1 with one more game to go. You got a signature victory against Citrus Hill. I know that was a big one for the program. Were you pleasantly surprised how far this program has come based on the success you guys had the previous season, all the way back in 2019, and what you're doing this spring?
I don't know if we're surprised. We're very happy with what we've done this year, but at the same time, you know, there's always room to improve, but I'm very proud of our boys and everything we've done this year. And we've got one more big one. And if we make that happen, it's something special at Vista del Lago.
You know, you talk about, you know, another big one in terms of just the city of Moreno Valley. Those are always big rivalry games for you guys, but going up against, you know, their original Moreno Valley High School, do you feel like that is a rivalry game? You guys are both in that Rain Cross conference now, too.
Absolutely. You know, we were in the Mountain Pass together before, and they kind of ruled that. And when we took over, that was our goal, to figure out to get on their level, basically. So here we are again, Moreno Valley and Vista del Lago, and we hope it goes in our favor this time, but we'll see what happens Saturday. A lot of respect to those guys.
Coach, you guys have had a great spring. You know, what are some of the key contributing factors? What has made this a successful spring? Has it been the run game? Has it been the defense? You know, what do you think has really stood out for the Ravens?
A little bit of everything. We have a great group of seniors, and we've had a few guys trickle in that just really have improved the program. 2 years of building this thing, and to see where the freshmen, when we first took over, now they're seniors, and to see where they've taken it, I'm just proud of those guys. And like I said, every part of our facet I'm proud of: offense, defense, special teams. We're trying to get better on all of it, but I've been proud of all of our guys this year. No one in specific, just the whole team effort. I'm proud of all of our guys.
Coach, you know, a trip to the CIF finals can, you know, build some confidence in a team. When you guys came into this spring, did it feel maybe a little bit different? Like, hey, this Ravens program has had some success now. You know, we're going to go into each and every season and each and every game feeling like, hey, we're going to compete. We can hang with anybody. You know, now we have a little bit of resume to prove it. Did it feel a little bit different this spring?
Yeah, I mean, everything's different now, you know, since COVID, everything's different. But as far as our guys are concerned, they've worked their butts off, a lot of them for 3 years since we took over, and they've earned everything they're getting right now. And they got one more step to take, and they can be very proud of themselves. But yeah, I'm very proud of all of our guys.
Coach, when you look at this spring season, we've talked about this before with some other coaches that, there is no CIF playoffs for football this year. League titles for some leagues is the most you could probably achieve. But when you look at this spring season, of course you play to win the game, right? You play to win the games. But, for your underclassmen, for your returning players, how valuable has this spring experience been in terms of, maybe getting them ready and accelerating that progress to get ready for another fall season?
Yeah, it's been huge. We've got guys that are getting reps that might not have if we had played in September, So the fact that we're playing now, it's huge, especially in 4 months that we're going to be doing this again. But winning league, like you said, to us right now is the only thing that matters. So win on Saturday, we win the league. If we can beat Mobile, and that's a huge building block for our program. I think we've won one league title and beat Mobile one time in almost 20 years of this school. So that is our goal. That is our building block, and we hope to get that done.
So, Coach, we don't have CIF championship games, but this is as close as you can get to, and it probably feels like a CIF championship game for you guys going up, like you said, against a rival with an Inland Valley League title on the line. For your final game of the spring, man, you couldn't have drawn it up any better. This is a huge game for you guys.
100%. All respect to those guys, but we wanted nothing more than exactly this. Last year it was us and them for the league title, and they pulled it out. Congrats to them. They're a great team, well coached. We're just hoping this year it falls in our favor, and if it does, we've all got something to be proud of.
Well, Coach, finally, what do you think are the keys to the game coming up this weekend on Saturday? What does Vista del Lago have to do well to get a win against the Vikings?
Everything. All facets of the game. We've got to win offense, defense, special teams. We can do that, give ourselves a chance. Win or lose, we can look ourselves in the mirror. But I just think we got to come out with intensity, match their intensity, and they're league champs. We're not. We've got to take it from them.
Well, Coach, I always appreciate the time. In fact, you probably wrapped up a busy day at school. It looks like you're already at home in the driveway. Your family's probably anxious to see you in the house. So I do appreciate you taking a couple minutes to join us here on the Inland Sports Show. And again, best of luck this coming Saturday against Moreno Valley.
Thank you so much, Pep. Appreciate everything you do, man.
Yes, sir. That's
Thanks
Coach
again.
Mike Tuohy from Vista del Lago, breaking it down from the driver's seat of his car as they get ready for Moreno Valley this upcoming Saturday. Thank you, Coach. You can bounce, too. I can still see him. In fact, Johnny, do we have the GoPro? One of these times we'll have to punch it up. Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it for joining us here on the Inland Sports Show. But, yeah, I got this big monitor, and I can see everything. And it's always fun to see the coaches kind of lingering on Zoom a little bit, saying, hey, can I bounce? Can I take off? So, because, again, I was talking to Coach Tuohy off the air. We've done these interviews from all over the place, from living rooms, from inside cars, from back porches, poolside. That we've done it everywhere because of this pandemic. A lot of social distancing, a lot of folks, stayed at home in different places. But now we're kind of getting a little bit back to normal. We've done a lot of interviews from coaches actually on the field, which is nice. But we still, like Coach Tuohy, so gracious with his time. Anytime, anywhere. So in a car, we'll take it at any point. All right, now let's go to our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game this week. You just heard from Coach Tuohy. That's a league title game coming up. That was the game from last week, Johnny. Do you have the one from this week? So the Kin Sporting Goods must-see game this week is another game that has league title implications written all over it. I can tell you about it. The Kin Sporting Goods must-see game is Norco versus Roosevelt in the land of the Big Eight. And here's why it's big, because let's say Roosevelt can pull off an upset against Norco. Now, if the Mustangs can do that, we would have a three-way tie for the Big Eight League Championship. It could happen. It could happen. But if Norco wins, they've already beaten Centennial. If they beat Roosevelt, Norco is your outright champion and the land of the Big 8. That's why it's our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game this week. Oh, it's going to be a good one. And then let's take a look at some of those other big games here in the final week of the spring. And again, we got some juicy ones going into this final Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of high school football here in the Inland Empire. Let's take a look now at some of those premier matchups. And again, we've got a couple other games that also have league title implications. Thursday, we got another battle in the land of the Big 8. Santiago versus King. We got Murrieta Valley and Chaparral down there in the Southwestern League. That's a battle. Chaparral could really use that win and spring ahead of Murrieta Valley for second place. So that's a big game right there, assuming Vista Murrieta wins out. We got Summit versus Jurupa Hills. Jurupa Hills, that upstart program, doing great things under Citos Martinez, who was on the show last week. That's a Saturday morning kickoff. Citrus Hill against San Jacinto. I don't need to say any more than that. That's a big-time battle there. We got we got Rancho Verde and Heritage. That's a big battle. Citrus Valley taking on Cajon. That's for Citrus Belt League title supremacy right there. If Cajon wins, they win out 4 straight CBL titles. If Citrus Valley wins, then they will share the CBL crown. So again, final week of high school football, and still lots to play for here as there are league titles up for grabs. And we'll break it all down next week on the Inland Sports Show. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to hoop it up. It is basketball season here in the Inland Empire. It snuck up on us. We're still talking football, but here it is. We're going to hoop it up with Hillcrest head coach Jackson Wood next on the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the #1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. BASS school enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information. The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Kin Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Kin Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kinsportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Kin Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Kin Sporting Goods.
So Russell Wilson was the big news, but hey, locally, I want to give a shout out to DeMonte Casey, the pride of Cajon High School in San Bernardino. He's a former defensive back for the Atlanta Falcons. In fact, he led the NFL in interceptions just a couple of years ago. He has signed with the Dallas Cowboys. So if you're a local Cowboys fan, I know, I'm sorry, 40. But yeah, DeMonte Casey going to the Dallas Cowboys.
Very cool that an IE guy gets a job in the NFL. I love it.
And he's in a division that's wide open. They could easily win that division this year.
There you go.
Yeah. You know, the Cowboys, obviously, they like to go out there and spend a little bit of money and bring some guys in. And DeMonte Casey's great. I know he's coming off an Achilles injury, so I think there's question marks there. But obviously, one of the top defensive backs in the NFL when he's healthy, led the NFL in interceptions a couple of years ago. So congrats to DeMonte Casey. Now, and finally, guys, to baseball, it sure didn't take long. I mean, this escalated quickly. The
Dodgers and the Padres have already separated themselves as the two best teams in all of Major League Baseball, and we kind of saw it coming. I just didn't know it was only going to take like 2 weeks of baseball for them to jump out in front and have the most wins in the MLB right now.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. A huge thanks to Vista del Lago head football coach Mike Tuohy for joining us again going into the final week of high school football here in the Inland Empire. We have enjoyed it so much while it lasted, but now we're transitioning to what could be the craziest of springs we've ever seen for high school sports here in the IE, as many traditional winter sports being pushed back into the spring, like basketball, like soccer. I think we'll even get some wrestling in here as well. Joining us live, I think, from the luxurious Hillcrest High School gym, it's head coach Jackson Wood and his big man Dennis Evans. And Coach Wood, first off, I mean, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about your flow, your hair going on. When's the last time you cut it? It looks like pandemic hair.
Yeah, it's been since at least February. And it started out, as a lockdown thing, and then I just kept it going, and it was like kind of this thing, like this self-discipline, like I can make it. Then I think it kind of turned into a lazy thing. And now I've actually decided I'm going to try to make it for Locks of Love, which I believe is 11 inches. So I think I got a little bit longer. I got to hold out, try to make it through the summer. That's when it gets tough.
That's awesome, Coach, man. What a great cause. It turned into a thing where, like, I don't know if I'm going to cut it. Now you can, turn it around and do something great. That's awesome. I love to hear that. And hey, so far so good on the court as well. You guys are 3-0 on this basketball season. Talk about what's been good about the Trojans so far on this early start.
Definitely Dennis inside does a lot for us that doesn't really get recorded or published all the time, but he just changes what the other team wants to do and thinks they could do. Offensively for the other team, once they get out there and see him, he alters so many shots that he doesn't get his hands on, but he blocked 10 shots last night and just throws the team out of the rhythm because nobody's really used to playing against somebody like him. So Dennis has been great. We have two senior scorers, two guards, Jason Wiltz and Keith Hall Jr., who have been lighting it up for us. And then outside of that, we're pretty young, but we're not bad. Like, they're young and they're talented. They're just getting their first varsity experience right now because they haven't really had a summer league or anything like that. So our point guard, Ruben Sevilla, is a sophomore. He's doing really well. And we just got a bunch of young guys who are performing right now. So it's good to see.
Coach, big win against Yucaipa last night. You picked up a win against Rancho Verde a couple days ago. We're going to talk about that in a second, but I want to bring Dennis into the conversation as well, Dennis Evans. And, Dennis, I don't know why anyone would drive inside on Hillcrest this season at all, period. But when you're patrolling the paint like that, do you feel like you can get to any shot if anyone's coming in? Like, you feel like you have the ability, I know you have the height, but you feel like you have the ability to really protect that rim on any shot?
Yeah, I feel I can get to most of the shots they try to put up around the basket. It just depends on whether or not they want to take it most of the time.
Now, Dennis, this is going to be a silly question, but were you always the tallest kid in your class, or did you have like this amazing growth spurt one summer and all of a sudden you were the tallest kid?
I've been the tallest kid in my class for a long time. It really stood out past sixth grade. Around seventh grade, it really stood out when I had to move schools.
Yeah, me too. No, I'm just kidding. I'm 5'11" on a really good day. But Coach Wood, listen, you've had some great. I know that Hillcrest, the school as a whole hasn't been around for a whole long time, but you've had some great players go through your program already. Victor Ohia Obiojas, Sebastian Mendoza, both Division I college basketball players right now. I know you've got some great ones right now. Of course, Dennis is sitting right next to you. What makes these guys special, whether it's Dennis or Sebastian or Victor? What makes these guys special, you think?
I would say with Victor and Dennis, not only do they have the size, but they have a freakish athleticism where they could run the court, they could jump. They have just this natural timing and shot blocking ability and instincts that I'm obviously not out here teaching them how to block shots. They kind of just know how to do it. So besides the length, they're really athletic and just have good instincts and good timing. Sebastian worked harder than anybody I've ever been around in my playing career. or my coaching career. He's just completely dedicated 100%, and he wants to be the best at each level. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him to continue to develop and continue to get better at San Jose State.
Well, let me go back to Dennis here. And Dennis, obviously, if you're blocking, 10 shots per game, you're getting it done on the defensive end. What are some things that you feel like you can do on the offensive end to maybe even step your game up a little bit more?
I could do a better job looking to pass out of the post and get better position hopefully set up my teammates better to get better shots up. I could also do a better job in moving in certain spots when they're driving and cutting.
Hey, Coach, talk about maybe the luxury of having a big man who's so dominant in the post, but a big man who can pass as well. There's some guys in the NBA, Joel Embiid, Jokic, there's some guys out there, some big men who are, very skillful and they can pass the ball as well. And especially in the high post, that's a luxury to have.
Yeah, and that's something we're big on with Dennis. Dennis has tremendous upside, but he's also determined and has set a lot of goals for himself as well. So in order for him to thrive and really give himself a chance to make the NBA, we're running him through all the stuff we do with our guards. So he's out here working on his footwork as a guard. He's doing all the shooting drills with us, and he's really new to the game, experience-wise and length-wise. So he just continues to get he continues to improve every day, and he's getting a lot better. So the passing comes along with his touch on his shot and his dribbling. His all-around game is increasing, and like you mentioned, with some of those new age centers in the NBA, that's something that a lot of people are going to be looking for at some point. So he's well on his way to developing a lot of those skills that people are going to be looking for.
So, Dennis, when did you start playing basketball, and how were you first introduced? Did you have siblings, parents? Did someone, in your family already play basketball and it piqued your interest? How did you get introduced to the sport?
I was introduced to the sport by my cousin. He introduced me into his travel ball coach when I was in 7th grade.
And did they look at you and say, dude, you're super tall, you should be playing basketball? Is that how it just started?
That is mainly how it started, but they also seen that I did pretty well learning the stuff, and I was slowly getting better. It sped up more around high school.
And Coach, what's crazy is, Dennis is already so good. Are you excited as a coach thinking, man, his ceiling is way up here, he's still learning and progressing and getting better? There's the sky's the limit, for Dennis Evans.
It really is, and I try to contain myself sometimes, and I want to continue to push him and challenge him and help him succeed. But it truly is, and I've heard a lot of good things from a lot of college coaches and scouts and just observers who really see his true potential, which you can't really put a cap on it. I know the kids are saying that these days, huh, Dennis? No cap, but he has a tremendous shot to make it, and I'm happy for him up to this point, but I can't let him be happy. I can't let him get satisfied and lax and content. So I'm going to continue to push him because I know that's what he wants. I know his goals, and I think he can make it.
Well, Coach, let me talk to you about your schedule a little bit, because outside of the River Valley League, because you're always going up against, I know traditionally you're playing Roosevelt. I think they're on the schedule again. You just picked up a win against Rancho Verde. It looks like you're going out there and you're like, okay, who's good? Who can we play to really push us? We want to play some of those elite programs in our area. Is that by design? You want to go out there and play the Roosevelts and the Rancho Verdes. You beat Ukaipa last night.
Definitely. And Rancho Verde was kind of a fill-in. Claremont had to cancel, so I can't say that I went out and was seeking Rancho Verde. And with the schedule the way it was, some games were already there from the idea of starting on March 12th. So a couple of the games we already had, and then as cancellations come in, Vista Murrieta, I think we replaced that and kind of just got some games in there. So Coach Baker was willing to do that, and it worked out for both of us. And that was a good win for us. But like you mentioned, we have Roosevelt and Pauley, and with our league, our league is still developing, and there's a lot of new coaches, and they're trying to build the program up. So in order to keep us sharp for the playoffs, I feel like it's really important for us to go out and get some competitive non-league games, whether it be on Saturdays or, Mondays this year. We're just trying to stay sharp in case that we have the playoffs and now it feels validated knowing that we are most likely going to get a shot at the playoffs. So those games help us stay sharp and stay competitive.
And Coach, you just touched on it. That was going to be my last question for you. The big announcement from CIF on Monday saying that I guess they're calling it season 2, like these spring sports will have a postseason. It looks like for the team sports. Is that exciting for you? Because now you have that reward, I guess you could say, at the end of the season beyond just maybe a league championship. Now you can go out there and say, hey guys, let's play Rancho, let's play Roosevelt, let's play these teams, let's get better because we can have a CIF run here.
Definitely. And it's funny, once that announcement came out the other day, the first thing I did was go back and look at the CIF divisions because I completely forgot about them. So just to check and see where we're at, I think we're in 2A. And then to see all the good teams that are in 2A, it's going to be really competitive. And we have a good group this year. We have those 2 senior scorers and leaders that I mentioned, and Jason Wiltz and Keith, a lot of young guys as well. So whether we win or lose this year, I think the teams are out there in Division II, and hopefully we make it to Division I one day.
Well, Dennis, one more question for you as well. What's your goals for this season? Because I should have pointed out you're only a sophomore, right? You're 7 feet. You're a sophomore. What are your goals for just this year? Maybe it's for yourself. Maybe it's for the team. What kind of goals do you have set out there for yourself?
I set a goal for myself to try to play defense as hard as I can, as much as possible, and try to rack up the wins for my team and help out my teammates with their development.
And Coach, I got a feeling if you're working your tail off on the defensive end, there's probably a spot on the floor for you, right?
Oh, definitely. And at the next level and at the professional level as well, if you protect the rim, rebound, and they'll find you. They'll find a spot for you. That's all you really need to do. But like we touched on earlier, Dennis is going to be able to do a lot more than that.
Yeah, very exciting. The future looks so awesome for Dennis. And of course, great start for the program this year. And you guys have gone to a CIF championship game, and you guys looks like you're going to have some success this year with should be a playoff here for the CIF Southern Section. So that's exciting as well. Coach Wood, Dennis, thank you guys so much for your time. I know you guys are in basketball season right now, so it's hard to track down some of you coaches and players, so I do appreciate it. And Coach Wood, you're telling me Sebastian Mendoza is going to be there tonight working out?
Yeah, you can't get that guy out of the gym. So he's been bugging me ever since he got back, ever since the season ended. My assistant coaches are out training guys at 7 in the morning at Arlington Heights. And they're like, hey, I think Sebastian's down here working out. And then he's hitting me up at 7 o'clock at night. Hey, what time are you guys practicing? Can I get in the gym? The guy's a workaholic, and he's a winner.
Man, if you're getting up that early and staying up that late to put up some shots, man, you're destined to have some success. Coach Wood, thank you so much. Dennis, appreciate you guys jumping on the show, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir. That's Jackson Wood, head basketball coach at Hillcrest, and Dennis Evans joining us here on the show. Thank you guys so much. We do appreciate it. We're going to take another quick commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we'll talk a little Murrieta Mesa softball. The Rams taking aim on a CIF playoff run, just like the Hillcrest boys basketball team here. So we'll talk Rams softball when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show.
This is Alexander Madison. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team? Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. Customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. We appreciate you tuning in each and every Wednesday night, 6:05. Huge shout out to Director Johnny Nunez behind the scenes. And I should say we did Rancho Verde and Orange Vista girls soccer live last night. You can check that out on the Teen Vision TV 16 Vimeo channel right now. So that was a lot of fun. Big 3-zip win for the Rancho Verde girls soccer program and head coach Steve Brockman. Now, we're talking softball here. And again, big news coming out on Monday from the CIF that we're going to have playoffs. Yeah, playoffs this year. Very excited about it. Joining us live, it looks like a 5-star resort, but no, it's his backyard. It's the head coach for Murrieta Mesa, Antonio Romero. Coach Romero, so you had a game this afternoon. I mean, you're a busy guy anyways, but you had a game this afternoon. You came home, you had dinner. You've got a couple small ones you put to bed. I mean, how much, man, you just wrap everything up in like a short little, window. How do you do it?
Do it, man. I just go, man. I put my blinders on and just keep moving forward, man. It's a tough job, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's all worth it, man.
So, Coach Romero, so I know you're a softball guy. I see some of your players coming in, so I'm going to let them into the Zoom meeting right now. But listen, you're a softball guy, you're a football guy. This is a crazy time of the year. This is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this. So,
no.
What's it like being a high school coach right now?
It is crazy, man. It's like, for me, it's like we have softball practice. We start at 2:30. We go to about 4:30. Then I start football at 5 and go to about 7:30. Last week on Friday, we opened up against Great Oak. So we had a game at our place versus Great Oak. After that game, literally just went into our, bathroom at the school, changed, and had to go down to TV to coach football. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I've never been a part of anything like that, but it's, making it happen, man. It's all about these kids, and I'm excited that they're actually having their season, man. They deserve it more than anybody, man, especially after last season.
It's funny, Coach. We talked about this for so long during, the lockdown and the pandemic. Like, man, Can't wait to have high school sports. Can't wait to have high school football. Will the spring sports have a full season? Like we were waiting and waiting to see what was going to happen. And then all of a sudden, bang, like everything's going and it's crazy. We've got more sports going on this spring than ever before. I mean, I know, listen, I didn't take it for granted. I didn't think I did, but when I didn't have it, I missed it so much. And now that it's all going on, like, is it just kind of overwhelming? I mean, it must be appreciative that it's going on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're just very, very blessed to have it going on right now. I mean, it is crazy, but at the end of the day, man, it's going and we're excited about it. And we're just, like I said, we're blessed to be a part of it. And just, you know, it might be something new and it's all crazy, but man, we're just blessed and we're ready to go, man. It's exciting. Like I said, especially for these seniors, especially some of these girls that have been with me for 4 years, especially these two right here, Lacey and Kaylin. I mean, they deserve it more than anybody, man, especially after last season when we got shut down. You know, we had started off the season good. You know, we were 11-2, ready to make a good run, and just everything just kind of froze. And it was like, man, you know, at first we were like, oh, yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. You know, it's just a shutdown, blah, blah, blah. We'll see what happens. And then all of a sudden it just, you know, got shut down, got canceled. And it's pretty devastating, man. It was devastating.
Yeah, I know it was really, really hard, and we felt bad for those seniors last year. And, you know, in hindsight, I was feeling bad for that junior class because going into this spring, I mean, Coach, even like a month or two ago, we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know we were going to have football, we're going to have any sports, what was going to go on. But you're right. Let me go to some of your players real quick, too. Kaylin Hill's joining us, and again, big win against Chaparral this afternoon. You guys go out there, you pick up a win, then you rush home, probably homework and dinner and all that good stuff. But Kaylin, congratulations on the win against Chaparral today. But, you know, as a senior, how much are you just soaking in this whole experience and just trying to maybe enjoy the journey, considering, I know you guys play travel ball and you probably played some softball, but to be together on your high school team, you know, one last ride as a senior?
Yeah, you know, I've just really learned how to like enjoy the moment and live in it, because you never know when it's going to get taken away like it did last year. I've been playing with some of these girls since I was 8 years old, and so we're really just soaking it all up and finding ways to have fun and play the game that we love.
Now, Kaylin, so, you know, obviously the Southwestern League is, you know, tough, brutal for softball. So many great programs, so many great players and coaches. But you guys are always right there in the mix. I know you've won a Southwestern League title in the past. Is that the goal this season? And obviously we're going to have CIF playoffs, maybe a playoff run here by the Rams.
Yeah, it's definitely the goal. We're going out. We're looking to be number one this year. We're hoping to make a good run in league and hopefully get some good games in CIF and see where that takes us.
All right, now I'm going to go over to Lacey Ham, who's also joining us. And Lacey, how's the team looking so far? I know you're picking up some big wins and going up against some really good teams as well. I'm assuming that's only going to prepare this team for that possible playoff run in the end. How's it going so far for the Rams?
The team's looking really good this year. I'm really happy that we have some really good underclassmen as well as some upperclassmen as well that I've been playing with for years now. So the team's looking really nice. The chemistry is really good. We all get along really well, which is really good for on the field and off the field. So I'm really excited for this season.
Now, this is a question for any of you, because I think it was, 2017 was that CIF championship for Murrieta Mesa, which wasn't too long ago. I'm trying to do the quick math in my head, and I'm not very good at math. Were you guys, either of you freshmen? Were you in high school yet? Kaylin or Lacey?
Eighth grade.
8th grade? Yeah, I was like, is that possible? But you guys won a league title in 2018.
Kaylin.
Now, go ahead, Coach.
No, I said Kaylin's older sister, Kelsey, was part of that CIF championship team. But I remember these two going to watch, man. They were 8th graders in the stands, you know. It was awesome. I'm like, I'm getting good ones next year, and they're just going to keep that tradition going, you know. It's been fun.
You know, Coach, Murrieta Mesa is still a relatively new school, but you're quickly building, you know, the program up to, you know, that status where you're an elite team. And we know in the Inland Empire, I mean, you talk about the Big 8 League, of course, the Southwestern League. You know, in my book, you're not going to find better softball teams anywhere. But you're quickly, you know, coming to the top of, you know, all these great programs. What do you think separates yourself maybe from other programs to reach that elite status here, you know, specifically in the Inland Empire?
Honestly, I just think the consistency, you know, I've been the head coach there now for 11 years since the school was built. I was assistant the first year, but then I took the program over that next year. A lot of other, teams and schools, they get coaches every other year or every 2 years, and there's no consistency there. Like I said, I've been through the good and I've been through the bad. I've been through the 0-55 in league, man. It was tough, but you know what? I kept my head down, kept going, and I said, if you build it, they will come, and they're coming. They're coming by the dozens, and it's great to have talent, and it's great that girls want to come to play softball at Murrieta Mesa. It's exciting, man.
Lacey, let me go back to you. When you play in the Southwestern League, we talked about this. Every single time you guys, hit the diamond, you're in for a battle. The Southwestern League is, so good. And you probably know all these girls between high school and travel ball and all those things. But what does it mean to you to be able to go out there and maybe win another Southwestern League title, considering how good the competition is down there?
It means everything. Yeah, like you said, I know a lot of the girls in the Southwestern League. We all know each other because we all live in the same area. We're all friends. Some of us are friends. But it's really good, for us as a team to face the top, the best of the best, like you said, in the Southwestern League. And it really pushes us to prove who we are and how good we are. So that league title it means a lot. And I'm really excited for this team, especially. It's looking really good.
And I'll go to Kaylin next because, as you build up a program, of course, you want to hang some banners in the gym that say, league title or your CIF championships. But as seniors, and Kaylin, as a senior, do you feel like this is part of your legacy at Murrieta Mesa, a 4-year varsity player to be able to say, hey, I hung a banner up there. I helped build this program as we continue to reach that elite status. Do you feel like this is part of your legacy to have a big senior year?
Yeah, I think it's 100% part of the legacy that we're trying to leave here. We want to build a culture of winning first and foremost, but we also want it to be something more than that and really bring people in. So winning league would be a good way to close out this legacy and hopefully making a deep run in CIF too. That would be awesome.
And speaking of that deep run to CIF, let me go back to Coach before we close this out. Coach Romero, going back to that CIF championship team, which, again, I hate doing math. Was that 4 seasons ago, 2017? But you know what I mean? When you have a championship caliber team, does it stick out throughout the season? Man, this team's really good. If as long as I don't screw this up, we're going to make a deep championship run. Can you tell this early on? Do you look at, Lacey and Kaylin and you're like, okay, guys, if let's get this dialed in because this is a special group. We could do something big this year.
Absolutely. You see it right away. That 2017 team probably is not as talented as the team we have today. What we need to focus on is just keeping that team camaraderie and, picking each other up and being there for each other and, next teammate up, that's what I preach to these girls, so when somebody's not getting it done, the next girl come up, gets the job done. But just, stepping up for each other, having each other's back, that's what's going to get us to that next level, to that CIF, championship run. Because that 2017 team did have that camaraderie, and that was big, man. But this team right now, I see it. I want to say it's probably the most talented team we've had in a while.
Well, I'll say this. It's exciting just to say we're having a softball season right now.
Sir.
So that's big news in itself. So Coach Romero, Lacey, Kaylin, thank you so much for jumping on the Inland Sports Show. We really do appreciate it. And we'll have to do this again, Coach.
Absolutely. I want to thank everything you do for high school sports. Pep, man, you're awesome. Keep it up, man. We're always here. You have our support. Just want to give a shout out to Murrieta Mesa High School. Shout out to Molly Silvico, Lax team 6-2 right now, ready to run. Actually, there might be 2 banners being hung at this household this year. So, things work out to our favor.
Coach, did I see her earlier? This was off the air. This was in a commercial. Okay. I thought I did.
That was her.
What was for dinner tonight?
We had a gravy, like a stroganoff. It was pretty good.
Oh, nice.
I want to thank my mother-in-law, Mary Kay. She hooks it up, man. She takes care of business. Shout out to all the Silvicos, Sean, Casey, Bubba. Big Mike, we love you guys.
Big Mike, man, big win against Chaparral. Beef stroganoff waiting for you at home. You got a 5-star backyard, man. I wish I was Coach Romero, man. That's who I want to be, actually.
Hey, you're welcome to come anytime, Pep.
Coach, appreciate it. Kaylin, Lacey, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for jumping on. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Right on.
All right, see you guys. That's Murrieta Mesa softball. Join us here on the Inland Sports Show. So again, yeah, softball season is here. We're super excited about it. And again, the big announcement coming on Monday from the CIF Southern section that the Season 2 sports like softball, baseball, basketball is a Season 2 sport right now. Soccer is a Season 2 sport. Those team sports will have a postseason. So that's very, very exciting. So you guys can bounce if you haven't had dinner yet or if you've got homework. You guys can roll. I really do appreciate it. Let's go to our big boost play of the week as we talk a little more high school football. How about this? It was Patriot and Arlington just a couple nights ago. The Warriors were down 22-16. Final seconds of the game. There goes Brandon Lopez in for the touchdown that ties the game at 22. So we are not done yet. The extra point still on the way. That is Kai Kendall. And it's all good as Patriot wins 23-22, the final score. That is your big boost play of the week from Boost Performance Training. What a game between Patriot and Arlington. Okay, one more commercial break. When we come back, we're going to wrap things up. We'll get you that Boost broadcast schedule. We'll let you know all of those high school football games that you can watch or see this weekend in the final week. We'll be right back on the Inland Sports Show.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. The number one sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods. Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the number one sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. BASS school enrollment for the 2021-2022 2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information.
Royal Valley did different last week versus this week. They definitely don't look as sharp as Tribble is scooting ahead and spinning and breaking forward. He's out in the open field. He could go all the way. The only man to try to beat him is number 2. But anyway, he goes in for the score. A dynamic play. Charles Daniel Thomas not fast enough. Touchdown from Travion Tribble and the Kaiser Cats.
Yeah, that was Trey Tribble going nuts, leading Kaiser to a big win against Royal Valley, 30-12. Tribble taking his talents to Weber State University Division I. All right, let's take a look. It's the final week of the high school football season. And again, very bittersweet. I'm very sad about this. Here's our Boost broadcast schedule. Of course, it all starts right now, the Inland Sports Show. Tomorrow night on Riverside TV, we got Notre Dame and JW North, and we got Pacific against San Bernardino on IEMG. Friday night, back to Riverside TV, La Sierra and Ramona. Saturday, we're loading up big time. Lakeside against Riverside Poly. Heritage against the Rancho Verde on Teen Vision TV 16. On IEMG, it's Cajon against Citrus Valley, and on the old radio dial, 1490 AM, KMET, it's Redlands East Valley against Beaumont. Those are all 5 o'clock kicks there on Saturday. So if you want to watch or listen to football this weekend, there's a lot going on. And again, really soak it in because it's our last couple of nights of high school football. We're going to miss it. But before you know it, hey, we're halfway through April. August will be here before you know it, and the next high school football season will be here as those COVID numbers continue to trend down, and that is great news, even just beyond sports, right? Just for our local community. Shout out to our director, Johnny Nunez, behind the scenes. In fact, I could see into his master control room as we wrap things up. Again, a big thanks to all of our guests tonight. Murrieta Mesa softball, Vista del Lago football coach Mike Tuohy, and of course, Hillcrest Hoops, their head coach Jackson Wood, and the big man, Dennis Evans. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you. Stay safe out there, and we'll do it again next Wednesday night for your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.